Good morning. Please join in our welcoming song. You are welcome here, wherever you're going to, wherever you're coming from. You are welcome here. You are welcome here, wherever you're going to, wherever you're coming from. You are welcome here, 'cause it's a house of love, a house of hope and dreams. It's a house of love. You are welcome here, 'cause it's a house of love, a house of hope and dreams. It's a house of love. You are welcome here. Y ahora en español. Bienvenido aquí. Yo quiero que vayas tú. Yo quiero que vengas hoy. Bienvenido aquí. Bienvenido aquí. Yo quiero que vayas tú. Yo quiero que vengas hoy. Bienvenido aquí a este lugar de amor, de sueño, seducción, a este lugar de amor. Bienvenido aquí, sí, a este lugar de amor, de sueño, seducción, a este lugar de amor. Bienvenido aquí.
Morning and welcome to Chalice Unitarian Universalist Congregation. We are a community of diverse beliefs and experiences, nurturing the liberal religious spirit and united in our desire to grow in love and service. Wherever you are, whomever you love, whatever life's journey you're on, you are welcome here. Whether you gather with us every Sunday, once or twice a year, or are with us this morning for the very first time, we are glad you are here. I'm Andrew Bernard, the worship associate today. Our service is led by our minister, Sharon Wylie. Our worship music this morning is by John Schultz. Our song leader is Sarah Shepard. Our tech team is Hope Campbell and Dean Goddett. Got it? Our sound and video engineer, Jake Diock. Our greeters are John and Debbie Riker. And our closer, was it Wrestler? Look at that, I wrote everybody's name down wrong. Wrestler. And Susan Schuyler is our closer today. Scalar. I swear I'll get everybody's name down someday. Welcome to our Sunday worship service. Welcome to those of you in the chapel, and welcome to those of you watching on Zoom. For those of you here in the chapel, if you're sitting in a row that's not full, please consider moving toward the wall so that we leave room for those of us who are joining right now. And we don't want it to be hard for us to find a seat in the chapel. Also, as a reminder, please feel free to wear a mask or step outside if needed for your comfort. You can hear the worship, what's happening inside, outside, in our courtyard. Please feel free to wear masks. Oh, that's it again twice because I copied and pasted some things. All right, we always are delighted to have newcomers joining us in worship. As a newcomer, you might be interested in a group activity we offer and can be found in our email newsletter and e-news calendar. Online newcomers will receive an email invitation to join our email list after the service. In-person newcomers, if you haven't already given your email, when you signed in, please share it before you leave. Our weekly email is the best way to get information about our many groups and chalice activities. Now, let's take a breath together. As we settle our souls into worship, we acknowledge Indigenous people with these words from Robin Wall Kimmer of the Potawatomi Nation, if anybody's got a better. All right, okay. Paying attention is a form of reciprocity with the living world. Receive the gifts with open eyes and open hearts. Now we light our chalice as our symbol of our Unitarian Universalist faith. I'd like to invite Nancy Hacker to light our chalice this morning. Our chalice lighting words come from David Mitchie, and he's the author of Mindfulness is Better Than Chocolate. I didn't get to read that yet, but it seemed really good in the summary. Mindfulness means paying attention in a particular way, on purpose, in the present moment, non-judgmentally. This kind of attention nurtures greater awareness, clarity, and acceptance of the present moment reality. Music always gets me. Love that. The words of our call to worship this morning are from the words of Reverend Chris Jimerson. We gather in reverence, mindfulness, mindful of the gifts of each other and our beloved community. We gather in courage, focused on our doing justice for growing the beloved community in our world. We gather in solemnity, mindful of suffering, sorrow, and injustice still present in our world. We gather in gratefulness, expanding our awareness of the great beauty and wonder that we found in the world. We gather to worship, turning our attention toward the sacred, interdependent web of all of existence that we are all a part of. Please rise in body or spirit and join me in singing.
I'm going to actually ask you to stay seated for just a moment. Thank you. Sorry, Andrew. The hymn of the month for October is Rooted in Fertile Ground from our virtual hymnal. And because this is brand new to us, what we're going to do is I'm going to sing the first verse and sing through the chorus once so you can all hear it. And then we'll start over and we'll sing together. We are rooted in fertile ground, fertile ground. We are rooted in fertile ground, and our roots go deep, and our love abounds. We are rooted in fertile ground. May compassion be our guide as we offer up our lives in the service of justice, peace, and love. May our faith and hope abide. Now, please rise in body or spirit to sing together, Rooted in Fertile Grounds. We are rooted in fertile ground, fertile ground. We are rooted in fertile ground, and our roots go deep, and our love abounds. We are rooted in fertile ground. We are building a better day, better day. We are building a better day, as we work and dream. We are on our way. We are building a better day. May compassion be our guide as we offer up our lives in the service of justice, peace, and love. May our faith and hope abide. We are creating a world of love, world of love. We're creating a world of love, world of love. Where each living soul always has enough. We're creating a world of love, world of love. We are healing the ones in pain, healing pain. We are healing the ones in pain, healing pain. We are changing lives as we start again. We are healing the ones in pain, ones in pain. Compassion be our guide as we offer up our lives in the service of justice, peace, and love. May our faith and hope abide. We are rooted in fertile ground, fertile ground. We are rooted in fertile ground, and our roots go deep, and our love abounds. We are rooted in fertile ground. Please be seated.
Our Sunday worship service, our Sunday worship is a shared spiritual practice of our community. We tend to the congregation during this time by sharing and honoring our joys and sorrows. Here in the chapel, you are welcome to write your joys and sorrows on a candle card, which will be collected from you. Online, please write your joys and sorrows, including your name, into the chat box. These joys and sorrows will be spoken out loud and will be removed from this part of the service in the recording that goes on the YouTube channel so that they won't be shared publicly. If you'd like to send Reverend Sharon a confidential note about your joy or sorrow, or to make a prayer request, please email her. Her email address will be on the screen in a moment. Please enjoy some music while you write down what you would like to share. And in sharing, may your burden be lessened and your joy multiplied.
From you I receive, to you I give. Together we share, and from this we live.
So refreshing and uplifting. Yeah, we come together to cheer each other up, that's for sure. We'll light a final pillar candle for all the joys and sorrows in our community that may go unshared and unspoken this morning. We're definitely, there we go. These unspoken joys and sorrows are also held in the love and support of our community. All right. So, special this morning, we are pleased to welcome this morning those who have chosen to become members of our congregation. The decision, okay, I'll allow it. The decision to become a member is an expression of spiritual commitment. And though your individual journeys and questioning continue, you have nevertheless come to a time in your journey where you are willing to say, yes, this is my home. And today we celebrate that homecoming by welcoming 8 new members. So at this time, I'd like to invite our congregation's president, Susan Spoto, and board member Jessica Schultz to come forward to welcome our new members.
As Chalice's president, it is my pleasure to welcome you into our congregation. Our individual journeys have brought us together in this moment and in this place to share a common purpose and a vision for our collective future. We celebrate your decision to become members of this congregation and to link your future with ours. Through your choice to join this congregation, you have expressed your intention to adhere to our covenant, to promote our principles, and to be part of our community. Through you, our new members. The congregation is renewed. May your spirit be nurtured here together as we seek justice in the wider world. Welcome.
It's my privilege to introduce each of you as new members to our congregation. We welcome, and many of these folks are longtime UUs or longtime congregants, so I guess I just want to name that. We're still glad to welcome you into our particular community. We welcome and honor the diversity you bring, which increases the vitality and creativity of our community. We embrace you this day, honoring the talents and energy each one of you adds to our congregation. And we encourage you to savor the journey you have begun today to find a place in our congregation that is distinctly yours. I'll call the names of each new member and invite you to come forward, where you will sign the membership book formalizing your commitment. You'll receive a gift to welcome you in the congregation, and you'll receive a flower, and then you're going to hang up here for a little bit because we're going to say words together. So this is one of those times we really feel the beauty of our small chapel. And so you need to, we'll be bumbling around out here trying to find a good spot for you all to stand, and the words we're all going to say together will be projected. But that's part of what Susan and Jessica are here to help you get your gifts and figure out where to stand. The flower symbolizes the beauty contained in each human spirit. May you flourish and blossom as a flower within this vibrant community. So Phil Davis. Adrian Farrell. We'll clap at the end. I'm looking around. Is Doug here? Doug Key? Well, we'll get him some other time. Penny and Mike Moreau. Rosalind Morris. Arvid Straube and Sonia Prestridge. I'm just wanting to name, when I first joined a UU church, it was at the same time that Arvid was joining First UU as their minister, so that just hit me. It is my pleasure to welcome our new members into this community. Will you now join me in a round of applause? Now, with the congregation, and that's all of you, even if you're a first-time visitor, you're part of the congregation today. Please rise and share these words of welcome with me. They'll be projected. Say with me, it is with joy that we affirm and recognize your decision to become members of this beloved community. We pledge to support you in your search for truth, to celebrate with you in times of joy, to help you in times of trouble, and to join with you in rightful action. And now for our new members.
By joining Chalice Unitarian Universalist Congregation, we commit to supporting one another in our efforts to speak honestly, to act with compassion, to love without prejudice, to live with integrity, and to respond with courage to the demands of justice. We pledge to support our congregation and the association of which it is a part, as we are able, with our hearts and hands, our talents and resources.
And now all of us. In our work together across the generations, may we become a more effective instrument of service, a voice for liberation, reason, and respect, and a community in which we can honor all that life brings to us. Recognizing that we all have ministries to fulfill, we celebrate together in unity of spirit and universality of love. Amen. You may all be seated. Oh, wait, sorry. Now I'd like to invite the children and anyone else who would like to come up front for the story.
Our story is called Why Not? A story about discovering our bright possibilities, written by Kobe Yamada and illustrated by Gabriela Baroche. This is it. This is your rare and wonderful life. It is the greatest gift you will ever receive. Everything you want and everything you dream of is waiting. You have a vast treasure of talents and potential hidden inside you, and your life is ready for you to discover all of it. Why not find out how remarkable your life can be? Why not make the most of every moment? You were born for wonder and awe. You are here to marvel at the beauty of this world and to experience the joy of being alive. Be a stranger to the ordinary. Get to know the unknown. Why not try something you have never tried before? Why not go somewhere you've never gone before? Stay curious. Have adventures. Make room for what you love. Discover the world's wonders and know you are one of them too. So much of life depends on how you look at things and how you see yourself. You are shaped by the choices you make. How will you answer when today asks, "What have you learned from yesterday?" Why not see how good your best can be? Why not make the most of your life? Things won't always go according to plan. The way might be difficult. You may get worn out and tired. You may feel lost. You might want to turn back. But know that every step moves you a little closer to where you want to go, if you have the courage to take it. Embrace it all, even the messy parts, especially the messy parts. And don't be fooled by fear. It has a way of shrinking possibilities and diminishing dreams. Have faith. Keep going. You can be the difference. You are made of sunrises and second chances. You are the hope of a brand new day. Even if the odds are 1,000,000 to 1, why not be the one? Don't wait for things to be great to be grateful. Paying attention is an act of love. Noticing is caring. Beauty is all around and in everything. It just needs you to recognize it. Why not look for the good in everyone and everything? Open your heart. Take it all in. This is your everywhere. This is your home. You are connected to everything, and everything is connected to you. Every little bit of good helps. Every act of kindness builds. Every bit of compassion heals. Everything you have ever loved becomes a part of you. It all counts. Why not leave this world a little better than you found it?
As the children leave for classes, we join in singing. We hold you in our love as you go. May your heart be at peace as you go. To nurture the spark of your precious life. We hold you in our love as you go.
Our reading comes from Henry David Thoreau. There are times when I could not afford to sacrifice the bloom of the present moment to any work, whether that head or hands. Sometimes in summer mornings, after taking my accustomed bath, I sat in the sunny doorway, in the sunrise from noon, until noon, wrapped in reverie, amidst the pines, and hickories, sumacs, in undisturbed solitude and silence, whilst the birds sang around me. I grew in these seasons like corn in the night, and they were far better than any work of the hands that would have been. They were not subtracted from my life, but they were so much over and above the usual allowance.
I'm wanting to tell you, there's been a lot of different parts of the service, and so I know, I should shorten the sermon, and I think that's probably not likely.
I'll give it my best shot. So today is the second sermon in a 10-sermon series across the year about wrestling with digital distraction. And so a couple of weeks ago when I first talked about this, I gave you some vocabulary for talking about some different ideas about our cognitive resources and how they get drained or conserved or restored. Cognitive resources meaning our attention, our memory, our language skills, and just as we go throughout the day, we use those up, and invited you to observe in yourself how it feels throughout the day and what kind of activities drain you and which restore you, those kinds of things. This morning, I want to give us a few more ideas to add to our self-awareness and our ability to observe ourselves. Because my own observation about myself and my hypothesis about a lot of us is that we fall onto using our devices or getting on the internet because we don't have another plan for what to do at that moment. One of the reasons I'm using the phrase digital distraction is because if we're going to use that phrase, we have to ask ourselves, distracted from what? What would we be doing if we weren't on our device or on the internet or doing stuff like that? So one of the books that I read for this series that was really interesting to me is called Digital Minimalism, and the author is Cal Newport. He is a professor of computer science at Georgetown University. So he's not a researcher. I think he's just a guy with some really interesting ideas. And this is one of the books that I just found had the most interesting ideas for us. And so one of the things he's interested in is, or one of his theories or observations, is that most of our internet, the way we use it for leisure is what he would call low quality leisure. And he proposes that there's high quality leisure things we could and should be doing instead. So before we dig a little more into that, let me again just give us a few different ideas about how to think about the different ways that we rest and recover in our lives that I think are slightly different things. So sometimes we take a break. So that's one term. When we're focusing on something and we need to take a break for, presumably a few minutes at least. As I mentioned last time, our mind wanders on its own. Another name for that is self-interrupting. If nothing interrupts us, like an email or a phone call or anything, we will still self-interrupt. Our mind will wander to some other idea. So we need breaks when we're working. And I think probably a lot of us need a lot more breaks than we realize. I'll just name that for myself. I'm trying not to tell a big, long story. And I think for years, because I work a lot on my laptop for church, I'm emailing and writing things. And then I'll have this impulse to read the news. And, so for years I've just thought like, oh, I'm so interested in the news. I actually think I just need a break at that moment, now that I've started watching it. And reading the news is a terrible break. As I mentioned last time, negative emotions drain our cognitive resources. So reading the news is like the opposite of a break. It's not restful recovery. It's actually more demanding on us. So now I've learned that, when I'm doing that, I'm self-interrupting to try and get a break. And it's just far better if I put down my laptop and go outside for a second or get a drink of water or get onto my iPad and play a game. I mean, sort of one of the simple kind of life hack things is to be clear about what you're using different devices for. So I don't play games on my work computer and I don't work on my iPad. So taking a break, one very popular sort of break suggestion is called the Pomodoro technique. I know some of you know it, and it's taking a 5-minute break after 25 minutes of, I wouldn't even call it work, like focus, something that you're giving your attention to, knowing that we aren't giving our full attention to something for 25 minutes. Our mind has wandered a lot. I think I mentioned last time, it's estimated about half of that time would have spent giving our attention to the thing we're trying to give attention to. But we still need a break. You could also do 50 minutes and take a 10-minute break. Since this is a much more frequent break, I use a timer, and you can find many Pomodoro timers on YouTube, and there's apps that you can use that track these times for you if you're interested in them. I tend to get immersed in what I'm working on and lose track of the time, which sounds great. Like we call that flow sometimes, like that's encouraged, but it's actually exhausting. And it's far more sustainable to take regular breaks. So a break is one kind of rest. Another kind I would call is downtime. For most of it's going to be in the evening, getting ready for bed. We're done with whatever the activities of the day were. We're decompressing. So it's not a social time. We may be social with our own family, but we're winding down. And then this word leisure that I just mentioned, high quality and low quality leisure. This is a more engaged type of relaxation. This is where we're doing our hobbies, going out with friends. We may have some goals with some of the activities we do. We have lots of retired folks in here with robust leisure lives. I think Chalice is a big part of a lot of people's leisure life. This is where a lot of you have your friend circles and other things you do. So all of these are forms of rest and recovery, but the energy of them is a little bit different. And for me, it's been helpful to think of them as separate things. I'm trying to take breaks more often. I'm pretty good at my downtime, but have made some refinements lately. And leisure is, the baseball season's over, so I got nothing. So that's a big question, for me. I think I'm going back to hiking now. But what do we do with our spare time? So coming back to Cal Newport, he really posits that we have underdeveloped leisure lives, and he proposes a much more robust plans for leisure life. I'm not going to get into all of those details today because I think I'm encouraging you to just keep observing yourself and how you move through the day. I think a really key idea that we're going to be referring to again and again, I probably already have, is habits. Because I think for a lot of us, our devices and the internet are habits that have sort of sprung up. We didn't seek them out, we didn't plan them. Again, it's like, you're waiting at the dentist office, and so you pop onto Facebook or something. And our social media in particular, and lots of different apps, are very good at making it very easy to get on and stay on, right? I watch so many things on Facebook Reels that I'm not even interested in. Cake decorating, dancing, how gymnasts prepare for, just like, oh, because it's 10 seconds, right? And then, 15 minutes have gone by. So that's not a habit. I didn't think it feels great to watch Facebook Reels. It's just, they pop up and then you're off. That's sort of how, and the internet is really designed around our mind wandering. It follows that pattern intentionally. So when you're reading about something and then there's something underlined that you can click and keep reading, that's exactly how our minds go. And so, those folks have researched how to keep us fully engaged. Okay, so I'm going to invite you to keep, so habits, going back to habits, 3 parts: a cue, a behavior, a reward. The reward doesn't have to be big, right? So remember, in our cognitive resources, what conserves them is habits and routines. They take up much less energy and mental energy to do. It's bedtime, we brush our teeth. The reward is that we brushed our teeth, or we're benefiting from better dental health, those kinds of things. So they don't have to be elaborate. But pay attention to your cues. So when you work on changing habits, the cue's going to come up. So if you're changing an existing habit, so you want to change the behavior and possibly change the reward if you can. When you're building new habits, it's usually because you need to create a cue for yourself. There wasn't a cue there, and you have to work on it. So all of those can be things we tweak when we're trying to change habits. So just right now, notice what your cues are for getting you, even for, and I'm not here to tell you your internet use is bad. I hope you know that. know that my ministry is such that even when I hear like this story that I picked for the kids, which I love, for all of us, right? Like, your life is amazing. Think of what you can do. And I want to jump up and say, it is also okay if you just want to watch some TV. Like, self-improvement and self-acceptance have to be held in balance. And that's a lifelong struggle. Sort of like all balances, but like the moment you think I have it just right, something will happen that pulls it one way or the other. I think for us as UUs, we need a lot more messages about being gentle with ourselves. And I know for me, and I know I've heard from many of you, we have fallen into some internet habits that weren't intentional and could benefit from our attention and our intent to change it. So I'm going to tell you just as you observe things, I'm going to talk to you more about if you want to make changes after the new year, right, in that traditional time of self-reflection. And as we observe ourselves doing things, it's natural that we might want to make refinements. So I'll tell this quick story, then I'll be done. One of the things, and this is all still new, right? Like, scientists are trying to figure out, like, what is happening with our eyes on screens as things go by. Like, we don't know and understand yet. Why does screen use correlate so strongly with some types of mental illness in adolescence? These are things we don't fully understand yet. So I don't have a full language for what I'm about to say. But one of my habits and cues, my husband and I have downtime in the evening together, and then he goes to bed like 2 hours earlier than I do. I'm a night owl, he's a morning lark. And so now I have, this is where I'm reading. Sometimes I watch a TV show, but a habit I was in for quite a while was watching these YouTube clips that I've seen 100 times of like my favorite friends, a funny moment on Friends, and that's the most positive stuff. God forbid I fall down a rabbit hole of plane crashes. Like, YouTube will keep showing you what you're looking at. And for whatever reason, it just didn't feel good. Like, I don't even know why. It's as innocuous as anything else I do on the internet. And so one of the things I've learned through reading is that contrary to everything I was told as a Gen X, as a member of Generation X, the time we spend playing games on the internet actually promotes happiness and well-being in us. We enjoy games, they're fun, and we like them. And I guess I needed someone to tell me that, to make it feel okay for me to set a boundary of like, I don't want to get onto YouTube, but I'm going to go ahead and play my games to my heart's content until I decide it's time to go to bed. So that was a very small, easy change, because I observed that although this has become my habit, the reward wasn't happening. Maybe it did 5 years ago, it was fun, but 5 years later, every night, it's not that fun. So that was an effortless change. I just felt the permission giving of like, people like to play their games and they feel good when they do. Oh, I'll just do that. So I guess I felt guilty about just playing little internet games. So the invitation to us is to keep observing, which can be its own hard work, staying self-aware about our patterns and our habits throughout the day. I just love lifting up a little Henry David Thoreau to remind us of, he had to escape into the woods to, see the world differently and affect some change in a life without internet. Medieval monks agonized over their short attention spans and how they couldn't stay focused on what they were trying to stay focused on. Our challenges feel new to us, but they aren't that new to humanity. We have struggled with attention and mindfulness for millennia. So I invite you to keep observing yourself and pay attention to what are the cues that launch you into habits that maybe you haven't been fully aware of. Whatever you do, I hope you can find moments throughout the day just to invite some times of mindfulness. Remember from the story we just heard, don't wait for things to be great, to be grateful. Enjoy music, enjoy the world around us. Take care of yourselves. Blessed be.
Please rise in body or spirit to sing the hymn Be Still and Breathe from our virtual hymnal. Please be seated.
All right, the Sunday offering is an expression of generosity that makes our congregational life possible. As Buddhist teacher Sharon Salzberg writes, generosity is characterized by the inward quality of letting go or of relinquishing. Being able to let go, to give up, to renounce, to give generously. These capacities spring from the same source within us. When we practice generosity, we open to all these liberties. We open to all these liberating qualities simultaneously. We encourage you to text your donations to Chalice. If you haven't texted a donation before, once you text the amount, you'll get a reply with a link to enter in your card information. If your Sunday donation is meant to be part of your pledge payment, please be sure to indicate pledge after the dollar amount. The phone number for text donations will appear on the screen in a moment. If you prefer to make your donations in person or in cash or check, there are some envelopes and in a donation box at the left of the chapel devil doors. You can leave these donations after the service. Please give generously. Please join in dedicating our offering with these words of affirmation. I challenge you, congregation, love is at the center of everything we do.
I'm all at sea when no one can bother me. Forgot my roots, if only for a day. Just me and my thoughts.
at sea, where no one can bother me. I sleep by myself, I drink on my own. I don't speak to nobody. I gave away my phone. Like a warm drink that seeps into my soul. Please just leave me right here on my own. Later on, you can spend some time with me if you want to. Oh, let's see. Oh, I need you more than ever. I need you more than ever now. You don't need it every day, but sometimes don't you just crave to disappear within your mind? You never know what you might find. Just come and spend some time with me. We will spend it all at sea. Like a warm drink it seeps into my soul. Please just leave me right here on my own. Later on you can spend some time with me if you want to. Oh, let's see. Oh, if you want to. Oh, let's see. If you want to.
The words of our prayer come from the Reverend Manish Mishra Marzetti, adapted. Will you join me? In the midst of running from our problems, from ourselves, from one necessary task to the next, we listen to that impulse within, the one that reminds us that we could keep running blindly our whole lives, days and months speeding into years, losing all perspective. We are reminded that learning how to rest and abide in you is in part how we learn to rest and abide with ourselves. We need you, source of all creation, as deeply as we need ourselves, as deeply as we long for comfort, reassurance, guidance, and trust. Your presence feels so distant, too distant, when we are living life as if it's a marathon waiting to be won. Help us instead recall that slowing down can be just as important, perhaps at times more important, than speeding to get things done. Help us remember, beloved, that the longings of our hearts are never satisfied by the sprint, but rather by the slow, languid meander. Help us remember that our weary spirits may be weary because of all our running. We can choose to slow down. Help us make that choice. Walk with us as we make that choice. Amen.
Please rise and body your spirit to sing hymn number 126 in the gray hymnal, Come Thou Fount of Every Blessing. Come thou fount of every blessing, tune our hearts to sing thy grace. Streams of mercy never ceasing, call for songs of loudest praise. While the hope of his perfections fills our hearts with joy and love, teach us ever to be faithful, may we still thy goodness prove. Come thou fount of every vision, lift our eyes to what may come. See the lion and the young lamb dwell together in thy home. Hear the cries of orphans silent, feel our love glow like the sun. When we all serve one another, then our heaven is begun. Come thou fount of inspiration, turn our lives to higher ways. Lift our gloom and desperation, show the promise of this day. Help us find ourselves in union, help our hands to live our love. With our Lady, fount of justice, earth be fair as heaven above. Please be seated.
Our closing words come from Rebecca Emson Lang. Mindful of our highest aspiration, bound by common faith and purpose, and yet, beginning with ourselves as we are, let us take one more step together into our unending quest for dignity, justice, and love. Amen. You are invited to close our time together by singing The Well.
We drink from the well together, cool, cool water that quenches my thirst, thirst for justice, thirst for joy, thirst
All right, our Wicked Chalice auction is only 2 weeks away. Are you excited? Yes! Woohoo! All right, I'm excited too. But to be successful, we need donations, donations, donations. How many of you have uploaded your donations to the auction website at charityauction.bid/chaliceu? Raise your hands. I've uploaded some of them, but not all of them. So thank you to those of you who had your hands up, and thank you in advance to those of you who, like me, still have a few more to upload and who are going to upload your donations as soon as possible, but no later than October 17th to be ready for our online auction, which starts in just 2 weeks on October 19th. Woo, woo, woo. If you have any questions or need ideas or need any help, ask the auction team. We would love to assist you. And don't forget to submit your donations as soon as you can. Thanks.
So who here has been looking for a sticker with our Unitarian Universalist values on it and not been able to find very much online? Me too, and I got so frustrated that I made a sticker that I'm going to be selling at Chalice for the next couple of Sundays. So next 3 Sundays, I'll be out on the courtyard selling them. It is $4 for one sticker or 3 for $10, and you can pay by cash or Venmo. So just look for me out on the courtyard. Give me like 5 minutes, and then I'll be out there with stickers.
There are lots of goodies this morning, as usual, and to celebrate our new members, we have cake pops courtesy of June Bailey, so wanted to thank her and hope you will enjoy.
All right, our social hour will begin in a few minutes online at the same Zoom link and in person on our courtyard. For those of you in person, you might want to bring your refreshments into the green room and have a visit with our online congregants. Reverend Sharon, Wylie, and I will look forward to greeting you at the chapel double doors and hear how the service was meaningful to you. Go in peace, be makers of peace.